May 6, 2026. Penny, would you take the roll, please?
Present.
Present.
Present. Bill.
Here.
Jason.
Here.
Here. First item, minutes of the previous meeting, April 1, 2026. They were sent out. Did everybody get a chance to look them over?
Move to approve.
I'll second.
Got a first and a second. Any discussion or changes? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Approved. Treasurer's report.
I'll fill in.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Account balances as of April 30th, 2026. Cash operating balance, $420,000. Shocking. It hasn't changed. Number of years.
That's the
Improvement
only
fund
reason you
balance.
wanted to do it.
Yeah. Improvement fund balance, $2,766,754.89. That is not the same number that it was last month, just so we're all aware. The April Daleville TIF transfer, $9,411. That is the same number. As is the Indiana Bond Bank transfer of $18,755.55. I would move that we approve claims in the amount of $227,957.35 for March 30th through April 29th.
Second.
I have a first and second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Approved. Old business, Commonwealth invoice, Delville Interceptor.
This is just an invoice that we have a contract amount for Commonwealth to do an analysis on that Delaware interceptor, so it's part of that original amount. The way Rob spoke, we should be getting some packet back within the next month to actually lay that out for the board and get that all buttoned up so we can get some direction of what he feels and the bill feels like is the next step towards that.
Can you explain? Can we just do all three?
Yes, Kamak, tying up the loose ends of what's remaining there for the engineering side for the 11,741.82. We did put in some warranty requests for work that hasn't been completed after the initial final walkthrough, and that's being addressed too. So Commonwealth's been back and forth with PPI on that. Then Westdell wastewater treatment plant update. That was part of the original contract price from this past winter before that we released Commonwealth on. So it was still the last $3,200 of that original contract there.
That was on the update, wasn't
Yes.
it? Okay.
I move to approve all three bills.
I have a first. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a first and second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Approved.
Okay, new business. I sent out estimates on that and quotes on that truck we were looking to trade in and purchase a new one. I was still, as up to the end of the board meeting, beginning of the board meeting here, I was still waiting to hear back from Chevrolet. I do have 3 existing from Hubler, Ed Martin, and Capital City. Capital City is about $4,000 over the other 2, and Hubler and Ed Martin were fairly close at Hubler $34,984.05, and Ed Martin was $34,878. $106 difference between the 2, and the truck at Hubler is actually spec'd out just a hair better. It's a more expensive truck. They're giving us more for our trade-in, but there's some difference there. So my recommendation would be kind of stay local for $106. We've had that's where we purchased the last pickup truck that we got for the field, and we've had tremendous record with their sales and service there. But
What was the Hubler price again? I'm sorry. Justin.
$984.05.
I move to approve the Hubler purchase.
Second.
I have a first and second. Discussion.
I have a question on the other one that you were trying to get that hasn't come in yet. Have they just not responded, or did you give them a deadline, or what were your expectations?
Gave them a deadline and called them multiple times last week and yesterday, and called again today and emailed today and still did not have to bid me.
Thank you.
And I kind of spoke with Bill and Ray about this. The truck's sticker is probably $10,000 more than the ones that we're looking at here.
Mm-hmm.
So unless they're going to come through and give us another $10,000 more for and that was the sell price. I'm sorry, not sticker price. If they're going to come through and give us another $10,000 more on the trade in, then it's not. It's my assumption it's not going to be close anyways.
Sounds fair.
Yeah.
Anything else? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Oppose? Approved. Lift station,
Was that Pete and Ray? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Lift station, 20 check valve replacements. Normally in a situation where we have check valve replacements and they're direct fit-ins and we would do this in-house. This is an older lift station and it was originally set with a length of check valve you can't replace anymore. So there's going to be some cutting, welding, and to get this completed, and it's kind of out of our scope of work. So when we went to the lift station, we found that one check valve was bad. In that situation, it's been in place since 2008. My recommendation is we go ahead and replace it if we're going to have a company come in and do one. The materials of that being the most of it, so we have Schwafer Pump and Supply for $7,052, and Indiana Pump Works quoted it at $8,315. We've done work with both companies a lot, and I was comfortable making a recommendation that we go ahead and move forward with Schaefer.
So moved.
Second.
first and second, any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Approved.
Lift station 21, we had a pump that went bad, burned out a stator. Pump was getting probably 8 years old, which for some of the bigger pumps isn't that big of a deal, but for a smaller horsepower pump, that's a lot of wear and tear and years on it. We went ahead and had Xylem, who's the flight pump rep locally here. Price that for a rebuild, it's $8,295.70. I can get a brand new replacement pump, 1 year warranty for $6,817. My recommendation is we go ahead and move forward with a brand new replacement pump on that.
So moved.
Second.
That's a no-brainer, okay. First and second, any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Oppose?
And the last one we have is kind of the similar situation. We got 2 aging pumps in the lift station number 4 working area. Pumps are currently running. They're getting to the age where you can tell by the amount of hours they're running. If I send them in for repair, it's going to be this. I'm looking at the same $8,295.70 to get them repaired. I can get 2 brand new pumps for that station for $8,366. Before we have a breakdown, we're at the point where I want to stay proactive on that one and get new ones in there.
So moved.
A second.
Just want to change it up there, didn't you, Pete? I've got a first and second, any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Oppose? Approved. Jason, collection update?
Collections update. As of today, we're at $1,531.76. Past due on the disconnect list of the entire collection area. Last month it was at $1,037. It's just now out to the point where they're getting their utilities called in. It always gets better, so it's staying pretty consistent. As well, we did have a new construction and tap being completed over there off the west side of Vern Drive, over there off 500. New medical facility going over there by Gill Brothers. That's been inspected. Line ran into the new property. So I had a couple board members ask prior to the meeting, but with this excessive amount of rain we've had, the one rainfall, we were just short of 3 inches. 600 did fantastic. No overflow issues. So that's working out great still.
91 spent.
We did have a few high water calls in the working area, no overflows. But after about a couple hours of normal running of the pumps, that all the high waters clear themselves. Next Thursday, I know Danielle spoke about SRI and the Lean Assist program. They're coming in for training, and they'll be in the office at 10 o'clock and do training with me, Penny, and Davey. Then the White Castle station that I've spoke about the last couple of meetings, the new panels, pumps, pump bases, discharge piping to the valve pit, concrete pad, hatches, all that's completed now. So we're up and running, and got the new alarm set in today. So we're all good there.
Yeah, I seen the pictures. It looked like a good job.
Yeah, they did great.
Looked nice. Anything else, sir?
No. Oh yeah, we on the CD investments. I spoke to Penny about this. So we've been chasing that 5-month date. Kind of wanted to get some direction. I went ahead and went outside of the scope, and we did 4 months on the last one. We're missing like a 0.5% of on return. They're falling. The 4 rates currently are a lot better. So just giving me some direction whether we want to stay at the 5 months rotation, or if we want to stay looking at what's going to be the best with that 300,000 monthly whenever we go to reinvest.
Board's pleasure?
Yeah, they didn't offer 5 months this time.
Just a 4-month?
Yeah, deposit
What's the rate?
3.92.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to get that in a savings account or a
Nope.
sweep account by any means.
We're not. And right now we're balancing, the cash flow is good.
Yeah, I would recommend, do we need to change policy? I don't think we need, do we need to just make the motion to give Jason the approval to work within the bank system's
Yeah,
time frame?
I think that's appropriate. I think before we gave an actual percentage, but I think it's appropriate. By the way things have been going, my recommendation would be to give him the authority to work within that scope, and if he feels like there's something outside of it, to come back to the board.
Yeah, so I would make that motion however you feel it needs to read.
Second.
I've got a first and a second. We know what the premise is, staying inside the deal, so.
Yes.
You got a first and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
It's been returning them just short of $5,000 every month. Currently, we're since we started this, just short of 147,000 that we've put back into cash operating. So it's working well, guys.
With that, will we then start to have, if we're going to 4 months, we'll ultimately have 2 of these coming due at the same time, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And we've had situations like that due to the holidays and stuff, and how they roll over weekends, and so we I think the last 2 months we've had two where we've had a hit before prior to board meeting. Yeah.
Okay.
We're just now falling into the 4 months, but they're staying over I think the direction before was to anything that was still over 3.5 or 3.
Yeah.
That we would continue to roll. We're still looking at 3.9 right now, and
Just, and for thought purposes, so that you're not chasing a CD every 2 weeks,
2 of them.
just throw both of them together or something like that, so that you're combining, and it may just be, that may be something the board wants to look at when it's,
Okay.
as we roll into if this becomes the new normal, 4 months versus 5. That's why we originally set up 5 different ones, is so that we had one rolling every month in case we needed cash flow.
Mm-hmm.
If this just now gets to that point where it makes sense to combine and, distribute, instead of having $300 in each one, to up it to 375, so that each one of them's got 375 and you're getting 4-month intervals, then that
Yeah.
may make sense.
Okay.
Something to think about. I don't know that there's a reason to run right out, do it, but on the same hand, to save you all the having to go back to the bank and get signatures every 2 weeks.
I continue the discussion, considering we've got 2 of them coming up. Would that be a recommendation by the board to go ahead, if the 2 come together, that we take the 1 and split it up from there?
We could deposit the entire amount, and when the next one comes due.
Exactly.
Right, just on that one. Yeah.
Well, I say that, but it's been a month now that we're going towards the middle of the month. It's probably still 4% is probably still going to be. It might roll like that for a couple months, but I may come to you guys in 2 or 3, and they're going to tell me 3 or 5's better.
Back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I don't know if there's a good
Let's
measure.
leave it, let's
Yeah.
leave it, let him talk to the bank then.
Right.
Let's see what comes, like I said,
Yep.
if they're gonna go back and go with the 5, then we're already set up
Right.
if the rate changes.
Yeah,
Right.
they were
Okay.
offering 4 on the large cap. They were offering 4 and 6, but not a 5. So
It's a game.
Well, and I mean, the other thing to think about is taking another 300,000 out of the improvement fund and creating a 6 if you think you're going to go to a 6-month. Again, I don't think that's a today decision. I think
Yeah.
it is something
To look into.
to look
Yeah.
into.
I agree. Okay. Anything else?
if I get, we'll talk to Darius, Joy, see what they're projecting. At least shoot you guys an email with an update.
Okay.
Okay. That's all I got.
All right. Danielle.
Had some communication in the last couple of weeks with Wasson's attorney. They're supposed to be sending me a proposal on some added language to review for the easement on the Ritchie property, so I'm waiting on that. Kathy at Ashton Land Surveyors, it sounds like they're almost complete on the easement work they're doing on the Berry properties, and she's been working with Jason. She did respond to my email before I came here today,
Okay.
so that should be almost ready to finalize. And then the big thing we've been working on is the Muncie Sanitary District Agreement. So while working through getting an addendum put together, we still have to comply with the arbitration agreement. So we had discovery that we had to produce and exchange last week. We have supplemental responses due tomorrow. So we're working those at the same time. We did get a response off to MSD last week. I'm sure it'll take them a little bit of time to digest that. But they also, at their last board meeting, did approve the rate of $3.19 that we've briefly discussed. So I think we're at the point where the recommendation, I've gone over this with the committee for the MSD matter, and pending the addendum getting finalized and agreed to by both sides, I think we are in a position to accept and ratify that 319 number to make sure everybody's good faith is on the table. They did finally do that at their last meeting, and I think it's appropriate for us to do that at this time.
What do you need from us on
Discussion.
that?
Well, I think we need to approve the 319 pending the addendum. I think that's what's on the table right now. The language get worked out. I think we've all seen Jennifer's, the notes, our notes going back. So now we're waiting on MSD, but I think the 319 is there.
Have we all seen them? I don't.
They were sent out. You did not see them, sir?
I did, but that doesn't shock me.
Please. No, I did. Did everybody else? Did anybody else?
I honestly don't remember seeing it, but maybe I'm mistaken. There's been so many things flying around, so.
Well, Danielle sent hers out first. Jennifer answered with all the answers in it, did them in blue, I do believe, wasn't it? And then she finished up, sent over to Mark.
Maybe yours is actually going to jump. No, I don't know.
Yeah,
So
I
much.
apologize.
Worse things have been
And that's completely possible. I'm gonna jump in and say the same thing. So I mean,
Okay,
I
Don't
apologize
dispute
that
we
I'm
didn't get
yeah,
that
okay,
I'm not up to speed on it. I guess is my problem.
gotcha.
So
So that
Ray, I'm
will
sorry.
cover the flat rates.
I'm sorry?
Don't we have some flat rates? Would that encode that? 319?
The flat rate building, yes, her addendums is mentioning those as well. Yeah.
Yes,
That,
so the addendum covers that.
And we've got all this covered for the back. We've been holding it,
Yeah,
so
so what
Yes.
we're
the
good
addend-
on that amount.
Yes,
right,
we're not
the-
losing, it's already put on the
Yeah.
other side, it's already taken out of the.
Escrow.
The addendum language came from all the MSD committee meeting
Mhm.
notes that I had, so everything we discussed, I put into what I call the addendum to the contract. and sent that over for their first pass at it. So
And it's
Perfect.
everything.
I'll
I
send that
remember
to
it.
It's
everyone.
everything the committee discussed, and the things we had to take out, the things that were included that we knew weren't in the original contract. Those have all, she has made those with her and Jennifer, caught all that up.
So it did end up to be a win-win for both of us then, did it?
I
In the
I
final?
think it is the best result that both sides could see
We're-
when you consider the money that's going to have to be paid if we pursue arbitration through finalization.
Exactly.
So when you
Agreed.
look at the 319 versus the language and versus the rate that we did have figured at 293, I think it was at 297. The cost difference here is, I mean, this is a negotiation. I think this is a good faith effort, and we're giving, and hopefully we'll get the same response.
So it's all clear, we're not gonna come back a year from now like this last
As long as
time
we get
happened, it's.
as long as
it's
the
clear.
addendum's
Agreement.
done in the language, we should be on track to where all we have to do is look at the numbers, go through, look at the look on her.
I know.
I can't look at her while I say this, but we should be, because the language would be.
I
All
certainly
set.
hope we will not be having this conversation next year. That
Is
is
that another addendum?
that is Ms. Hoff's goal and
Don't
my
make me- I
goal
gotta
for
look
both
somewhere.
boards.
Okay.
Make a
Seeing
mo-
that, what would the board's pleasure be? Or is there more discussion? I'm sorry, Brad, I didn't mean to cut you off. You got more? No,
He's ready to make a motion.
if you're ready, please.
I'll make a motion to move forward with the 319.
I'll second it.
I have a first and second. Any further discussion? Jason, I know you're the newest member. I didn't know if you've had any questions. I just want to make sure you're up to date. If you've seen the emails and all that, I don't want you to leave you out in the cold, sir.
I'm good. Just
Okay.
just listen.
Okay. Anybody else? Seeing that, Penny, take a roll call, please.
That's you, Pete. Here's my mic.
One of three.
Yes.
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 Yes. Anything else, Danielle?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. Moving on. Spotted Monkey, Aaron, would you like to give a report, please?
All right. Hi, I'm Erin. I'm filling in for Ashley. So, in the past month, we created several posts for Facebook and Google as usual. We sent out the monthly email, and we had 2,026 successful deliveries. 494 people opened. We had 9 clicks on the various links within the email, and we had 6 unsubscribers. And then we made several posts and updates to the website. I added the April board meeting, the March meeting minutes, and just made some small updates to the website design for consistency. And then I made a post about the new posting requirements service agreement being closed for the primary election, and that the Daleville lift station upgrade was completed. And then finally, I also wanted to note that there the unique visitors on the website are also up this past month. So, do you have any questions?
I have a question on the unsubscribing.
Yeah.
Is there a way to tell if those are people that have just left the community, or are they people that just think it's used to them?
So there's usually you can add like why you unsubscribed.
Mhm.
A lot of people will just put like NA, like no answer, or like so in the next report I could add that
I'm just
if you were
Curious
curious at
to
all
see,
as
you
to
know.
why. That could be a big factor. They might have just left the area. So but I didn't look fully into that this past month, but I could definitely look into that
Take a look.
next
Yeah.
month. So
I wouldn't worry about creating the spot as of then. Now, if there's a way you can tell, let us know.
Yeah.
Because like
Yeah.
you said, I do the same thing. If I unsubscribe to something, I don't put anything in there. I just
Right,
go
yeah.
on past it.
say goodbye.
Yeah, that's it. I say goodbye, I'm done.
yeah.
Can you share that with us? If we could
Yeah,
Give-
absolutely.
Give it to Davey and see if he's creating new accounts. Email address or,
Yeah,
yeah.
we
There you
could
go.
definitely share that.
We can look at that.
Because I think the information you guys are putting out there is good. I mean,
Yeah.
it's useful information, so
Yeah.
that's why I was just curious on that.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Not everybody cares about sewers.
That just stinks.
It does, right?
If you're a homeowner, you usually do.
I'm aware.
You don't care till you have to care.
That's
Yeah.
right.
All right.
All
Thank
right.
you, Aaron.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. I don't think we have any committee reports. We talked about the other.
I can talk about the planning committee.
Okay, for the capital plan.
Yeah,
Okay.
we got a lot more complete.
I didn't see Commonwealth. That's why I said we didn't have someone here. But go ahead.
But yeah, Commonwealth, Rob had to be somewhere else. 'Cause after the board meeting, the planning committee, we actually got a lot of stuff done. Again, Pete's been huge on this. This is not my forte, and having someone like him really helps. That the document is getting closer and closer, and hopefully, as it nears the end here, we can kind of get a draft out to you guys and give you guys a look at it. But we got a lot of good things in there. I mean, it's not only a roadmap for the district itself, but it also creates some great material for the board and new incoming board members, and also something that creates a standard for all of us to be held to for, short-term, long-term, and medium-term goals, and what we should be looking at. As long as those align with everybody else's view on the board, then it really gives us a good working document to see if we're climbing the ladder or if we're just staying complacent. So I like
I think we agree on that. We've had some conversations about that in the board, especially after the situation with the boundary lines and this and that. We've looked at areas and what we can do. And we've asked that all to be considered. So I think that's a good idea.
And if you don't like the stuff in there, that's the stuff Jason Brooks put in.
Okay.
I think outside of that, I mean, it don't only lay out what we're looking to do as far as expansion, but it lays out plans for employees to cross-train, employees to a better review system that will be all and also lays out a section that we just got Pete just drafted it out this week, that it creates the standards for what is expected of the board and whether those standards fall in line with the district, the director's responsibility, and so on, and staff. So it's a great working document that for me, until I sit down and look at it, kind of a lot of stuff gets lost in the mix.
Yeah.
So it's good.
Good.
Great.
Okay. Commonwealth is not here. That would bring me to the end of the agenda I currently have. Does any board member have anything else that needs to be discussed, brought to our attention today?
Nothing to discuss, just an announcement for you all. I am going to tender my resignation to the Yorktown Town Council for this board. Amy and I have decided to relocate to Hancock County, and we'll probably do that here in the next 45 days. So it's been a pleasure working with you all, and my goal is to be here in June, but we all know how those things can change. So I just did want to say something here. As a former town manager and somebody that understands that quality of life starts with sewers because they can stink. This board has been just absolutely wonderful, and the staff has been wonderful to serve with. We may have disagreements again. Pick on Joe. But we've always done it with humor and with respect for each other, and in today's day and age, it's been just absolutely wonderful. In addition to that, we've seen some great projects get fixed over the last decade plus, and so it's been kind and nice. I'm glad I've got to be a part of this and understand the importance of sewers and public works that goes along with it. So I just wanted to thank you all.
Miss ya.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks
Like
for
us.
being on that committee and making all these recommendations. It's So
Like-
you'd be an unsubscriber then,
I
right?
will probably be an unsubscriber, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I personally like to say thanks. You were in town, in Yorktown when I started in Delaware. We've had conversations for a long time. We both ended up here.
Yep.
Like you said, it's been a decade plus. We've seen a lot of changes,
That's right.
and over that time frame, you've been instrumental in my growth and the help that we did in Delaware, especially with this board. I'm greatly appreciative for what you did, sir.
Appreciate that.
Best wishes.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes. Anybody else?
I'll thank him. I came on, started out in the field and became director almost close to 9 years ago. And I know Pete played a big role in helping me get to that position and having faith. And I think that, along with the proactiveness of this board and the staff, and it's been a pleasure. And I know he plays a big role in that. Thank you.
Thanks.
Good deal. Okay. Anything else for today from the board members? Audience? Dan? Anybody? Seeing I have no further business, I would entertain a motion.
So moved.
I have a first and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? We are adjourned. 30 minutes.